We're glad you made it. No, damn it all, that's just too strange to abide. I'm glad you made it. And innocence tells me I need to keep helping you. So that's what I'm going to do. I know my way around weapons and armor, and all things Templar if you should want for further enlightenment on that subject. As for innocence, I don't know. Sometimes he makes sense, other times he's a shattered god, but he'll heal. I'll make sure of that. Lani's told me a little about Utula and his cult of Kitava. Enough to know what Utula's got planned. Bring about the fall of one god so he can raise up one of his own. And this Kitava, from what fragments I can piece together from innocence, he's not the benevolent kind. Please, find Utula and stop him. I'm not saying this because I want to put innocence back on his divine throne. I'm saying this because Oriath is my home. It's made some mistakes, but it doesn't deserve the fate that Utula has in mind.
Bannon is unexpected. At least, he's not the sort of Templar that I'm used to dealing with. His ideas about innocence almost make sense to me. The way he worships innocence and receives such power in return, it's like his devotion actually brings out the best in his god. But how is that possible? A god is a god. They bless us and they punish us, not the other way around. Yet for Bannon, somehow it's different.
That would only slow me down.
Bannon claims that a god now lives inside his head and talks to him. What's more common, divine possession or insanity? I'll leave you to calculate the odds. I told you so. What more need I say?
I'm having a little trouble explaining it myself. I've never been the most devout of men, especially for a Templar, more of a soldier than a believer. But now, Innocence himself rests within me. His voice is weak, barely a whisper, yet still he has the power to keep us safe from Kitava's hunger. At least for now. For my part, I'm simply grateful. Grateful that I have a god watching my back, and grateful that he's given me the power to watch others in return.
I'm not up to that just yet. That would only slow me down.
I can't yet begin to unpick the lies that Utula has told us. But this piece of truth I do have. Utula sensed that very moment when you struck your final blow, when you broke the Templar's power. He turned to me and told me this. Now our king comes to us. He'll be hungry, so very hungry. I shall prepare him a feast. Then he gathered his followers and left. Where's he gone? Oriath Square. You won't need directions. Just follow the screams. The King's Feast is an ancient ritual born of less enlightened times. Long before the Karui followed the way, one tribe would conquer another and a feast would be prepared for the triumphant king. The main dishes of this feast were selected carefully for the sweetness of their nature and the tenderness of their flesh. You see, when the conquered fills the belly of the conqueror, two tribes become one. And that's what's happening out there in Theopolis right now. The tribe of Kitava is feeding upon the tribe of Oriath, and the feast won't end until two tribes become one.
For a long time now, I thought my god's intentions were being twisted by his supposed servants. Did I speak up? No. The pyre would have been my only answer. I did what I was told and drew the lines of morality. The lines of morality where I could. Now I understand the truth. It wasn't Innocence's intention being twisted. It was Innocence himself, perverted by the selfish convictions of the men and women who worshipped him. A god answers to the believer as the believer.
You're late, yet as luck would have it, our latest loose thread remains in the vicinity. Slaughter the malcontents' protectors, but leave the principal antagonist alive. I wish to send a message with this massacre, far and wide, and for that I need a messenger with some influence.
That would only slow me down. I'm not up to that just yet. That would only slow me down. That would only slow me down.
I do like a tidy ending. It seems that we might continue to be useful to each other. Look for me in the Sarn encampment. Even the finest thread cannot comprehend the tapestry to which it is bound. It is time you and I discussed our future, my useful friend. Meet me in the Sarn encampment at your earliest convenience. Word has it that you've recently founded yourself a hideout. As it happens, I am currently of no fixed abode and could do with a quiet spot to work on my gems, connect a few more dots, as it were. Secrets for shelter. Sound like a fair trade?
You and I, we're what you call mature fighters. Seasoned. We've done our time kipping in ditches, getting a few winks with our back against a tree. We've earned a holdfast, a little posse to call our own. And I know just the place. Yes, I know you've already found yourself a little hidey-hole, but I recall something my old man used to say to me. In war, a fighter's only as good as the guy covering his ass. I could be that guy, and, as you've probably gathered already, I'm pretty damned good. Food for thought, eh, fighter?